Hello guys and welcome. My name is Narkis and I've been asked to do a user interface guide. I'm going to show you where to download it first and how to install it, and then I'll show you some of the stuff you can do with it in game. Excuse me. Okay, so you want to do is you open up the internet, type in Tuck UI and client there. Click on download links here. You go to here. I would recommend downloading the Tuck UI Windows client, so just click download. Once you've installed that, you'll get a login screen. You probably need to make an account. Now, as you can see, mine's already says Duffedui. What you want to do, once you'll get this screen, it'll tell you to add your World of Warcraft folder. So you just search through your folders, find out where you installed World of Warcraft, and just add World of Warcraft to it. So you can browse here all the add-ons they do, all the little extra bits you can get for the UIs. There's quite a lot of stuff on there, as you can see. Some of it will not work with Duffed. Some of it, however, will. So basically, you want to find Duffed UI. You can search up here for it, but it is just there. And then you click here where it says update. It usually says install. So if you just install that there. Once that's installed, you want to load up World of Warcraft, so I'll just be right back. Okay, so what you want to do, you want to make sure it's all ticked there in your add-ons folder at the bottom. Click enter world, obviously. Okay, so once that's installed, you'll get a UI like this. Okay, so what you want to do is you can go through the tutorial, read all the little hints and tips about the unit frames, the features and stuff you can do, shortcuts, commands, stuff like that, and then you want to click install. Again, you can read all this. I've read it, so I'm just going to skip through it. You want to reload the UI for you. Now, you also want to pick up here, you can pick DPS, tank or healing. I will be going DPS and tank. Never really tried healing, so okay. So your UI looks like this when you first install it. Now there's a few things you can do with this UI. You can move things around. You just /move UI, and you can move your map over here. I move my quests up here, and so on. You've got your player frames, you can pop them there. You can move your pet to here. Put that again, obviously it's personal choice where you want your UI. You can move everything, extra buttons, achievements, vehicle sets, loot frame. You've got your spell cooldowns, which is what you see at the bottom of my screen. It tells you I've got things on cooldown. Also this here, the move CP bar. This is for rogues at the moment. It's an energy bar, and it'll put your combat points on top of it. Each time you get a combat point, it'll have a little block on the top there, showing you that you've got 1 point. I have been speaking to the moderator of the UI, and he is going to do one for monks in the next expansion. So monks will have a bar here as well, with the chi on the top. Once you get everything set up the way you want it, I type move UI again, and you get rid of that. Okay, now I don't know if you'll notice, but the chat boxes here, the panels, the chat boxes, they're a little bit too small for me. I like to have them a little bit bigger. To do that, you need to go into the coding. So if you want help with that, I can assist you, but I mean I can only do what I know, which is basically the panels. But I can help you change the size of this if you need to. I just ask in the comments below, and I will try and help you there. Also, the default combat text, it's not very big, but isn't something that I particularly like the look of, so I will show you how to change that as well. I'll do that later. But basically you want to go to defont, T-mog.com, and you want to download the combat font that you like, and I will show you where to put that later. Also, you've got this little red button here. You click it, it hides the action bar, so you can only have one bar at the bottom. You've also got these two bars here. You go to the side and you can hide both of those. You'll notice that we have no micro menu with your character screen on it and stuff like that. You basically want to go up to your map. You want to click your middle mouse button, and everything comes up there. So your quest, your guilds, your raid, PvP, PvE, social, mounts, achievements, everything's basically all up here. Once you have talents to spend and you have 2 specs, you can click down here and click change a spec instantly on the fly. You've also got like this reload your UI. If you click on this little arrow here, this reload your UI. This will change it to the healing layout. This will switch to DPS layout. This will open your add-on manager. This will move your unit frames, so if you don't want to type in move UI, you can just click on here. And this will set your key bindings. Now key bindings, this is one of the best features for me. You literally click on that. You can type in /KB to do that too. And all you do is, if you don't like a binding you've got, you just hover over it, press escape, and change it to whatever you want. So just press R, say, and that'll change that button to R. You want to save the bindings once you've done them, and that'll be everything on there. Now, unit frames, you can change these if you press escape. Go to Duffedui. There's lots of little options in here. I mean, I'm not going to go through them all. You can hide the panels on the chat. You can hide either panel, right or left. Just hide them, just to show you. I like to keep them on, but you can hide them. Unit frames. Okay, so you have 3 different layouts on the unit frames. Now, all you do is you delete the 3, change it to the 2, press OK. There's lots of little options in here as well. So you can change this here. This says model, so it'll show you a model of your character's face, or you can change it to icon, which I prefer to use the icons. Obviously click OK there. You've got the colour of the bar there. You can change, like the health bar colour, you can change it. When you've been hit and your bar goes sort of black, you can change the colour of that. To do that, you click set colour, and this little bar at the back, you can see, I don't know if you can see it there, but it does show up. Now, if I apply the settings for that, I'll go back into that. I think I'll have to. Yeah, so there's my unit frames changed. My panels have gone. The colour will still be the same though. Once you lose health, see how that's a little bit darker there, a little bit darker black. Now you can change that. Again, go to Duffedui, unit frames, set colour. Close that once you've clicked on set colour, and then change it to obviously whichever colour you want. If you want it to be red, I prefer it just to go white, or a lighter sort of grey. Press OK. I'm going to go back onto Duffedui and then apply the settings. Once that's loaded up, you can see that the colour of the bar has changed. Okay. Now also there is 2 different layouts for the action bars. So you've got this layout, which I use, personally prefer it, and you've also got another one. So you want to go down here and you want to change that to 2, that's okay, and apply the settings. Now this adds bars up a little bit more, so they're not touching the bottom, and I mean it's alright, I don't mind that. I do move my cooldown bar down at the bottom when I've used it in the past, but I do just prefer the bar to be right at the bottom of the screen. So I'm going to go put that back. and click OK. Now you can set the pet bar horizontal, which means it'll be on top of this chat box, I believe, once you've done that. You can swap bar 3 with 1. You can set these bars here on mouse over. I didn't like it when I used it. I mean, everybody's different. Also, you can use an empty bar for Shadow Dance Rogue instead of the stealth bar. You can show your macro text on your action bars. You've also got a few little things. You got nameplates. You can show the health on the nameplate. Auto repair, enable guild repair, stuff like that. So auto sell your grey items. Your bags, you can set the bag buttons per row, the spacing between the bags. You can make the bags movable, which I personally do, so just move this around. You can set the size of the bag slot, so you can make it sort of look bigger, and you can make the frame bigger. Skins, you can disable the calendar event textures. I've never used that, so I'm not going to go into that. Okay, so you can reskin the blizzard frames. If you turn that off, your blizzard frames will go back to the normal blizzard frame there. Yeah. So I'll leave it there. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask them. I will go back to my desktop and I'll show you where to install the fonts if you want to change the combat font. But yeah, if any questions, just ask them below. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, once you've been to defont.com and you've got the font that you like, what you want to do is you want to go to your interface folder. Now, I'm going to go into this one here. This is my original interface folder, which I'll be putting back in once I've finished this guide. You want to click on add-ons, and you want to go down to Duffedui. There it's there. And you want to go on medias and fonts. So you get the font you want. You want to copy the font that you like, and paste it about 9 times. And then you want to change the name of each one of them. So you want to change it to combat font rush, combat font 2, invisible font, normal font, and that will change all the font in the game to that one particular font that you pick. Now you can pick a couple. My combat font is Pepsi, which I got off defont.com, and also my normal font, and the rest of my fonts usually, are prototype, stuff like this. So once you've done that, you just delete these, pop those fonts into here, to make a separate folder. I will say, once every now and again the moderator will update the UI, it'll bug fixes, new patches, so it'll need updating. When you go to and once you've updated it, you will have to change your fonts back, so it's worth keeping a copy of the fonts that you've got, so you don't have to do this again. Also, if you change the size of the panels, or mess around with any of the coding, in fact, once he's updated it, you will have to redo all that. Anything you move in-game, so if you move your UI around, basically that will stay fine, that won't be changed, it'll be saved basically. So yeah, I think that's everything. Again, like I said, if you have any questions, just type them in the comments below and I'll try and answer them as best as I can. Okay, that's it. Thanks very much for watching, and peace.